All right, so I was watching First Take today, and Stephen A. Smith had the balls to say what he said. Now, he said that Kevin Durant is the greatest player to represent or play in New York City. I'll take offense to that. He hasn't really done anything since he came here. Last year, we all know he was hurt. This year, he missed half a dozen games, because obviously they didn't play the whole 82. They only played 72. So he missed half of the games. You can't say that for Eli Manning, because Eli Manning never missed a game. You can't say that for Alex Rodriguez, because I can't really say how many games Alex Rodriguez missed in his career, but it wasn't a lot. You can't say that to Carmelo Anthony, because Carmelo Anthony didn't necessarily miss too many games. So what has Kevin Durant done this far to claim that he's the best player in New York? So you're going to exclude Babe Ruth, who's been the juggernaut of New York in baseball terms. How about Lawrence Taylor? How about Michael Strahan? How about Eli Manning? I already said that. I already said before. How about I'm not gonna say Stoudemire. How about Patrick Ewing? We all know he said not Patrick Ewing, but Patrick Ewing was the cornerstone of the New York Knicks. Okay, he represented basketball when basketball in New York was dead. Okay, I mean, there's just been a lot of guys who's just been great to the city of New York. But Kevin Durant hasn't done anything, Stephen A. Smith. Like, I don't know why these analysts always keep coming into his defense. Now, we all know it. I would take Prime T-Mac over Kevin Durant, because Prime T-Mac was a pretty good scorer as well. Not a lot of people are gonna remember T-Mac, but T-Mac with the Rockets was pretty good. Hell, I'll probably put him over James Harden. At least he showed up. Y'all remember when he shot like, what was it, like 2 threes to send it to overtime? That was clutch. You can't really say that for James Harden. But I'll put freaking Steve Francis over James Harden. At least I'll put Steve Francis, I'll put Yao Ming, I'll put Tracy McGrady over James Harden. But that's another topic for another day. But Kevin Durant is not the greatest New York player of all time. Stop it. Stephen A., you just sound dumb. You sound more dumber than Max Kellerman saying all these ifs, if all these teams were healthy. If Murray wasn't healthy, if Brown wasn't healthy, I still think Brooklyn would have won that series. I think it would have probably been close. I think it would have probably gotten to 6, but Brooklyn Nets was obviously favored in that series. There's no way if Jaylen Brown was healthy, the Brooklyn Nets would have lost. Now, I think, like I said, I think the Celtics would have kept it close, but without Jaylen Brown, they just, wasn't the same defensively. You know what I'm saying? But no, Kevin Durant is not. Carmelo did what Carmelo did what Kevin Durant couldn't do in his whole entire career with the New York Knicks. At least Carmelo Anthony got us to the playoffs. At least Carmelo Anthony got us out of the first round. Even though when we, fell apart against Pistons, the Pacers, I should say, we beat the Boston Celtics. And then after that, we faced Miami Heat. No, after that, we beat the Boston Celtics, got out the first round. And then we lost to the Pacers with the young Paul George. So don't sit here and say that, oh, Kevin Durant is the best player in New York, because I'm pretty sure if you would have gone out there in New York City live and tell those to those fans, they'll punch you right in your face. They'll think that you're retarded. Okay? Kevin Durant hasn't done anything to even remotely be crowned. Oh, so is he better than Bernard King? No, he's not. Is he better than Walcott Frazier? No, he's not. Because at least those guys won championships. Okay? Kevin Durant haven't done nothing since he arrived in Brooklyn. I tell you, Kevin Durant don't necessarily care if he wins a championship or not. He just came here for the money and for the tabloids. That's all he cared about. Because if he really wanted a championship, he would have put his darn best foot forward and said, you know what, I'm going to put this team on my back. And then people saying, and he also, Stephen A. Smith also said that, oh, he's going to drop 50. Okay, he could drop 65. They'll still lose. If the other players, in order for the Nets to win, the role players got to step up. Everybody got to step up. They got to play the same way they played in Game 1 and in Game 2. If the Brooklyn Nets want to win tonight. But if they play like how they played what was it, Sunday, they're going to lose. They're going to lose. I mean, Joe Harris can't shoot the way he shot. And again, Shannon Sharp said it best. Kevin Durant wasn't put. Kevin Durant is gonna be put in a situation that he's never been put before. He's never had to carry, or he's never been asked to do what he's capable of. All we know about him is he's a scorer. That's all we know about him. You know, now he's gonna be asked to carry the team. Now Kevin Durant is going to feel how LeBron James felt all those years, where he was always going to be number one. You know, when Kevin Durant lost to LeBron James in the finals, he was baby, I know, but, you know, Kevin Durant in his heart said that, you know, I'm better than this cat. I'm better than LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? So it took him to get out of Oklahoma to go to a team that beat him so he could get his 16 minutes of fame. I know everybody's saying that, oh, that was the weakest move. It was, to be honest with you. Because that's like that's like Charles Barkley going to the Bulls because Charles Barkley can't beat the Bulls. Like every single year, it's like he can't beat the Bulls no matter what he does. You know what I'm saying? Like he could grab 35, 12, and 5, and he'll still lose. You know what I'm saying? 41, 13, 6, and he'll still lose. So, but back then, that didn't cut the cake. You didn't join the team that beat you just because you couldn't beat them. You just had to swallow your pride and move on, you know, and continue to be the greatest player you can be. But now everybody's like switching teams and buddying up. But anyways, listen, Kevin Durant is not the greatest New Yorker in sports history. It's just not. Hell, I would put Plaxico Burress over damn Kevin Durant. I would put our Steve Smith, not Carolina Steve Smith, I'll put our Steve Smith ahead of Kevin Durant. I'll put Victor Cruz. Even though I hate Odell Beckham Jr., I'll still put Odell Beckham Jr. instead of Kevin Durant. Hell, I'll put freaking Martin. The running back for the Jets. You know who I'm talking about. Martin. I think his first name was Martin. I'll put him in front of freaking Kevin Durant. I'll put any scrub in New York instead of Kevin Durant because he hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything. Now, if he won a if he won a playoff game, I would understand in New York, but he hasn't done anything. What has he done since he arrived here? He didn't play all last year. This year, like I said, he only played like half the games. And then now all of a sudden Stephen A. Smith want to say he's a... Hey, Kwame Brown is getting more smarter by the minute. I'll tell you that much. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I was never a big Stephen A. Smith fan. But now I see his flaws for real. Like, this dude is just, I mean, that's why I listen to Freddie Coleman. If anybody knows who Freddie Coleman is, I'd rather listen to him than Stephen A. Smith. At least Freddie Coleman knows what he's talking about half of the time. Stephen A. Smith and Max, they're two peas in the pod, man. They belong together. They're two jackasses that don't know crap. That's Charles Barkley's favorite word, jackass. Like, they're literally two jackasses that don't know nothing. At least the one thing he said that was right was Allen Iverson's part, where Allen Iverson took that 76ers team and won one game, and that was in game 1. And after that, the series was over. You know, I think it was like 4-1. So at least he didn't get swept. He got gentleman swept. You know what I'm saying? But again, tell me who's better than Kevin Durant in New York City right now, where there's baseball, basketball, hockey, whatever. Would you put Kevin Durant as the greatest New Yorker of sports history? I'll put Lawrence Taylor behind him. Not even question. I'll put Phil Simms. Sure, even though he didn't play in both of those Super Bowls, he played in one, but he didn't play in the other. But still, I'll still put Phil Simms. Oh, sorry, I spit. I'll put Phil Simms in any other. I mean, I'll put any New Yorker just to prove my point that Kevin Durant is not. I mean, he's a great player. Don't get it twisted. But to say that he's the king of New York, no. That's like saying 6ix9ine is the king of New York. Stop it. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other. And I'm going to take a long extent off, just to, refresh my mind. I will be back next month, though, because I'm going on a trip and, just to let y'all inform, I won't be posting at all. Because I deserve a little break, you know what I'm saying? But I'll be back next month. So like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.